For those who haven't been following along, I posted about Zinfandel having a choke episode about a year ago. I'll link that video below if you want to watch the whole thing. But in short, she choked while eating hay on a Sunday night. We had the emergency vet out, but since that event, she has had a few more episodes. Here is an example of what I'm talking about. She is clearly in distress.
Sorry, baby.
Well, today is another day that we are taking Zinny to the vet. This will be her first haul off property, which is a real big bummer that it's not going to be ideal, but she's having a slight choke episode that started yesterday. Seemed like she cleared most of it, but this morning she's still kind of sounding a little raspy, unless she's already cleared it. But either way, she's had so many choke incidents that she's even been able to just dislodge or whatever, pass on her own. But because there's been so many, they want to scope and see what's going on with her esophagus. Yeah, she's still wheezing. What's wrong with you, baby? What's wrong with you? You'll just eat halters now? Okay. Today we will take her to the vet and find out why this continues to happen to her. It's not ideal that this will be Zinfandel's first haul off property. We had spent plenty of time loading into the trailer, but had not gotten to the point of taking our first trip around the block. I also didn't like that her first haul would be to an unpleasant place, where she would be stuck with needles, twitched, and have tubes put down her throat. I had planned to take her off property and let her graze or eat alfalfa while standing next to the trailer, to hopefully associate it with good, happy thoughts. But it is what it is. We had to get her to the vet to figure out what was going on. They sedated Zinfandel and they scoped her throat. That's when they found something unsavory. It was either a growth or inflammation, but that flap was blocking the pathway where her food was supposed to go down. This would explain her difficulty eating and the wheezing sound she made while struggling to eat. They prescribed steroids that would help if it was inflammation, but if after 2 weeks it hadn't changed in size, it was most likely a growth that would have to be surgically removed. While we were there and she was still sedated, they floated her teeth. The sedation took a while to wear off, so she was very sleepy and let me love on her. As I processed the news, I had so many questions. I hoped it really was just inflammation and it would resolve with the steroids, but I was also confused at what would cause that. But then thinking about surgery, what would that entail? What would the cost of it be? Or what would recovery look like? But then there really weren't very many answers for me because we didn't know what it was yet. And thinking about Zinfandel having surgery was scary. The 2 weeks leading up to her next appointment seemed like they would take forever to pass. For the next 2 weeks, I had to give her this pink medicine that she would take orally, once in the morning and once again at night. The first time I gave it to her, she was totally fine with me putting it in her mouth. I thought, man, this is going to be easier than I thought. But later that night, when I went to give it to her, she reared up when I put it in her mouth. It obviously didn't taste very good. So I used my round pen gate as a chute to give it to her. I knew I would have to work with her on this because forcing her wasn't going to be good for our relationship or for her training. I really don't like to use force with my horses. Obviously, she needed to take her medicine, but I knew I could make this easier for both of us. I had previously taught Zara to take dewormer with positive reinforcement at Liberty. I knew I could do the same with Zinny. How much does this suck, Zinny? All of it, huh? Just sucks. Honestly, this is like really hard to see her just like, I feel like she's just suffering. And we're doing everything that the vet says to do, but it just sucks. It just sucks to watch her struggle for the next 2 weeks. So I went to the store and got applesauce. I put her medicine in a syringe and made up 2 syringes of applesauce. I'd give her the applesauce, then the medicine, then the applesauce. Then I weaned her off of the first dose of applesauce and went for the medicine, then the applesauce afterwards. After a few of those sessions, she happily took her medicine. . She continued to have these types of episodes. I texted with my vet, and she reassured me that though Zinfandel is very uncomfortable when eating, she's okay unless food starts coming out of her nose, and that it'll take a few more days for the steroids to begin to make a difference if they will work at all. It was so painful watching Zinfandel struggle to eat. Today's the day. We are going to go see if Zinfandel needs surgery or not. It's kind of a big day. She's been acting a little bit better. Still has some weird sounding breathing. So we'll see. Hopefully we find out some more news today. 2 weeks later, I took her back to the vet to have her scoped a second time. We hoped the medicine had helped. And it did. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Yeah. Okay, I got it side by side
Yeah.
of what it looked like. We were given another round of steroids to help finish reducing the inflammation that was left, but I was so relieved that it was working and that she wouldn't need to undergo surgery. I had had my friends and family praying, and I really felt like God answered our prayers. As always, thanks for watching and joining me on all of the ups and downs of my horse journey. I'll see you all in the next one.